and to understand that there's people that don't care about you. There's people that are jealous of you. That means they're gonna lie on you. They're gonna celebrate your trial.
Seatbelt. I'm
And
opening the door.
You can take
I'm
mine
opening the
off
door.
of me right here on my right. I'm keeping my hands up.
I'm not reaching for no gun, bro.
Cop comes to my window. Cop goes to Bud's window. I know the protocol. Bud said, well, how do you know I was speeding if you don't have radar? Okay? Bud actually have the cop on camera saying I admit that I do not have radar. Bud said, I have a firearm too. The cop on his side went ballistic, totally unhinged. He says, get your hands up, get out the car, don't reach, don't reach. But there was never a physical gun in sight. Everyone thought we were gonna die, man. He said, no, I don't have it on me, I left everything at home. He had already told them, so there was no reason for him to reach for nothing.
Terence Crawford, fresh off the biggest win of his career against Canelo Alvarez, just had his victory parade take a shocking turn. Omaha police confirmed Bud was actually held up in a tense traffic stop early Sunday morning, right after the city had been celebrating him like a hero.
I'm not reaching for no gun, bro. Can I move my phone?
Yeah, that's crazy.
According to the report, officers spotted a firearm on the driver's side floorboard, and for safety, they ordered all 4 people out of the vehicle with strict commands. Once Crawford's ID was verified, police say he was cited for reckless driving, not arrested, but still, that's one wild follow-up to a championship weekend.
So this cop gotta be some hater, bro. He must be hating on Terence Crawford. Hopefully, man, Terence Crawford didn't have nothing in the system and things of that nature. I know that he was driving when they pulled him over. There's surveillance video out there. Man, why the security wasn't driving anyway? But anyway, man, how could they're gonna do that to Terence Crawford, bro? That's wrong.
Now here's where it gets even heavier. Omaha's mayor and police chief immediately addressed the incident after a video went viral online, with Chief Schmaderer pledging a full internal affairs investigation. The mayor even admitted his heart dropped hearing about how Crawford's night ended, stressing that the city should remember this as a historic day for Omaha, not one overshadowed by flashing light.
Seatbelt. I'm
And you
opening
can take,
the door.
You can take
I'm
mine
opening
off
the door.
of me right here on my right. I'm keeping my hands up.
I'm not reaching for no gun, bro. Can I move my phone?
Bottom line, they're promising transparency and want every resident, champion or not, to feel safe and respected. But man, only in boxing do you go from raising belts one night to raising your hands in front of cops the next.
To me, because you know I was in the moment, so I understood everything that was going on. You know, there was some surprises, I can say that, but you know, me being in that moment and knowing everything that was going on when it was happening, it was like everything just slowed down to me at that moment.
And just when you think the story couldn't get any more intense, we hear it straight from the guy watching Bud's back, his security head. And let me tell you, it reads like something out of a thriller. 1 second, Crawford is basking in the glory of his historic win over Canelo, the city cheering him like a king. The next, he's being told to throw his hands in the air while a cop loses it over a firearm that isn't even visible. I mean, can you imagine? You go from holding belts to holding your breath, trying not to move the wrong way. And here's the kicker, Bud's security literally says they thought they were about to die. That's the kind of stress no fight could ever prepare you for.
Cop comes to my window. Cop goes to Bud's window. I know the protocol. Bud said, well, how do you know I was speeding if you don't have radar? Okay? Bud actually have the cop on camera saying I admit that I do not have radar. Bud said, I have a firearm too. The cop on his side went ballistic, totally unhinged. He says, get your hands up, get out the car, don't reach, don't reach. But there was never a physical gun in sight. Everyone thought we were gonna die, man. He said, no, I don't have it on me, I left everything at home. He had already told them, so there was no reason for him to reach for nothing.
This hits hard because it's a reminder, no matter how untouchable you feel in the ring, outside the ropes, anything can happen. You can be the city's hero 1 minute and in a life or death traffic stop the next. I don't know about you, but hearing that put me on edge. Bud just had a newborn, a family, a city celebrating him, and suddenly it's flashing lights and chaos. This isn't hype or boxing drama. This is real life showing up at the worst possible moment. And we're all sitting here thinking, if that can happen to Crawford, the greatest in Omaha, imagine what it feels like for the rest of us. It's wild, it's serious, and it's exactly why you don't ever underestimate the unexpected.
That no matter how prepared you are, no matter how calm you are, if you run into a rogue police officer who wants to escalate, then he's going to escalate. Be a man who can receive his second key to the city and have a firearm pulled on him by the Omaha Police Department all in the same day. Imagine that. Man, I thought we were getting ready to lose our lives. Oh man, it was terrible. It was terrible.
Just when you think the chaos of Crawford's night couldn't teach us any more lessons, Tim Bradley stepped in with some perspective that sounded part boxing analysis, part life lesson, and part reality check. He compared Bud's emotional high after beating Canelo to having it all come crashing down in an instant, and he's right. No matter how many belts you hold or how many legends you beat, one unexpected moment with law enforcement can remind you that the ring and real life play by two very different sets of rules. Imagine Crawford silencing Canelo in front of millions, becoming the talk of the boxing world, only to be silenced hours later by flashing police lights on a street corner. That sudden shift feels less like sports news and more like the opening scene of a gripping documentary.
Terence Crawford, it don't matter what you do for your city, man. Bruh, I'm letting you know right now, man, with this incident right here, they waiting on you to do something bad. This dude right here, he was trying to jack you. He was trying to catch you slipping. That's all it was. Seeing you on TV, displayed all on TV, parades shut down and stuff. He gotta be, securing certain points and stuff like that. He mad. He mad to see you be as big as you are.
Bradley's main point landed with real weight. You don't really own your city unless law enforcement stands with you. That's not just commentary, that's truth. Inside the ropes, Crawford takes on world champions and walks away with belts. Outside, he's battling perceptions, authority, and now even citations that chip away at his moment of glory. Bradley's reflection made it clear how fragile that balance is, how quickly triumph can turn into tension. It showed that athletes, no matter how celebrated or accomplished, can't escape the realities of life outside the spotlight. Success in the ring may earn respect worldwide, but at home, it's a different kind of fight altogether.
I swear, man, like, when things are going too damn good, man, something always gotta ruin it, man. In his city, let him know. Let him know. With this pullover, this was authorized. Think about that. Authorized to pull him over. That you ain't gonna never be bigger than us. That's what the cops send a message. I don't care what anybody say. The cops send a message. This our city. You might got the key, but I got the handcuffs. That's what that was. Yeah.
And just when you think you've seen the full picture of Crawford's Omaha saga, we shift gears from law enforcement drama to the calm after the storm. The man himself, Bud, speaking at his victory parade. I don't know about you, but hearing Crawford talk about giving back to Omaha hits harder than a power shot in the 12th round. This isn't just post-fight chatter. This is a champion showing us that greatness isn't just about belts or knockouts. It's about legacy, community, and lifting others while you're on top. I'm sitting here thinking, this guy just beat one of the biggest names in boxing, and the first thing he talks about is inspiring kids in Omaha. That's vision, man. That's perspective. That's being a real-life superhero without the cape.
We made it to the top. No matter how we made it, and it's definitely a test to say that anything is possible if you work hard at it and you believe in yourself and you have the faith to keep going no matter what the obstacles is put in front of you, and you can achieve anything. So,
But here's the kicker. While most fighters are chilling post-victory, popping champagne, Bud is reflecting on every step that got him here. The grind, the faith, the discipline. He's schooling us all on preparation, on staying composed, on never underestimating the next move. I love that honesty because it shows that even when you're at the top, there's no pause button. And can we appreciate the subtle flex here? He's basically saying, yeah, I just beat Canelo, the face of boxing, and I did it my way, but don't sleep because I'm still working, still focused, and still thinking bigger. I don't know about you, but I'm taking notes because that's how legends stay legends. And that's exactly why Bud Crawford isn't just a fighter. He's a blueprint.
I think preparation is everything. You know, if you prepare to the best of your abilities, you know, great things is gonna come from that. You know, I always say hard work beat talent when talent don't work hard. So if you talented, you know, without the work ethic, you know, somebody can outwork you that want it more. You know, so you gotta have everything all in sync. You know, you gotta work hard, especially when you're at the top because everybody gunning from you.
And just when you thought we'd seen every side of Bud Crawford, celebrating Omaha, schooling kids, dodging Canelo's hype, here comes the brain behind the operation, Coach Bomac, dropping some truth bombs about the future. I don't know about you, but hearing Bomac say Crawford still has 2-3 fights left is like watching a Marvel post-credits scene. You know, something crazy is coming, you just don't know what. And then he casually teases the 160-pound move? Man, that's like telling us the sequel could be bigger, badder, and even more unpredictable. I can't decide if I'm hyped or scared. Probably both. Because if Crawford's already running through Canelo like it's a training session, imagine him stepping up into uncharted territory. My popcorn's ready.
Take away the right hand. Your left hand to be travel a shorter distance than his right hand. But his right hand got to come across your body. The left hand, your left hand, goes straight down the pipe. Real easy.
Was there anything that surprised you about the fight? No.
In my speech I did up there, I said, yeah, exactly everything that we worked on in camp, he did it. Punch selection, catch and release, everything.
But here's the real kicker. Bomac isn't just hyping fights. He's schooling us on strategy, discipline, and the why behind Bud's domination. He breaks down how Bud executed every single detail from camp. Steps, punch selection, catch and release. Basically a masterclass in boxing without the boring PowerPoint. I don't know about you, but I'm sitting here thinking, this is why legends aren't just lucky. They're meticulously built, tested, and fine-tuned. And the subtle flex. Bomac basically says, yeah, he's done it all, but he's got gas left in the tank. That's like hearing the ending of a thriller and realizing the twist is still coming. You can't sleep on Bud Crawford. He's the kind of fighter that makes you respect the game, the grind, and yes, your own popcorn budget. Alright fam, if you enjoyed this wild ride through Bud Crawford's Omaha saga, from championship glory to flashing lights and back to schooling us all on legacy and discipline, make sure you hit that like button, smash that share button so everyone in your crew sees just how untouchable and unpredictable Crawford really is. And don't forget to subscribe, because you know we're always bringing you the hottest takes, savage breakdowns, and stories you won't hear anywhere else. Stay tuned, because with Bud, the story's never really over, and trust me, you won't want to miss what's next.